All right, Aries, welcome to your weekly horoscope for April 27th through May 3rd. My name is Athen. So let's go and have a look at your chart this week. This is casted for Sunday. You can see on Sunday we've got the full moon. And so a lot of you, happy birthday to a lot of you who have your birthdays this week, by the way. But we had this new moon here a couple weeks ago in your first house. So now on Sunday, as the moon starts to fill up, here's the moon's position early in the week. It'll be in that first quarter phase. And then as the week progresses, it'll fill up more and more until it gets into that full moon energy of the 7th. So this week is still about moving forward with your goals, your aspirations, your motivations. You still have a lot of this energy in your first house with your ruler still in that first house as well. And the key point of the end of the week, as the week progresses, will be to balance what you're involved with and your relationships and to find that harmony. And if you can do that all week, essentially you'll be building into the flow of the lunar cycle, because you guys, a lot of you are having this culmination point now in relationships, especially anything that maybe you've been involved with in relationships over the past 6 months or 2 weeks, and it's going to be a culmination of that. But it'll come through a balancing. This is the classic balance self and other sort of energy. Now on Monday and Tuesday, we have a support from Chiron sextiling up to your ruler Mars, revitalizing a lot of these goals, ambitions, assertiveness, whatever it is you're involved with here in this first house. Chiron here in your 11th, maybe it's coming through friends and groups. I think the early part of this week would be really good for healing either directly or indirectly with groups, communities, these types of things. And it's just about exposing it, and just allowing it to be open and transparent. That's how Chiron heals. So that's supporting you Monday and Tuesday. Then on Tuesday and Wednesday, Chiron's going to be squaring up to that Venus. So early in the week, I think with that Venus, there has been this enjoyment for you guys to see the simple pleasures. I think there's been perhaps some good fortune, some good feelings about the financial side of things, possibilities with that, maybe through relationships, but enjoying and being very grateful at the very least for the abundance in your life. So that energy has been very supportive for you, and it's still going to be all week where you can enjoy these simple pleasures and material abundance. But early in the week, I just want to say Monday, it'll be like Tuesday and Wednesday in particular. Just find that balancing point and try to, if there's any type of activities you're involved with there, just keep everything nice and balanced with the second house, whether it's financial or otherwise. And then that square from Chiron could be very benefic. I think a lot of you might be feeling quite healed about not only your confidence levels this week, early in the week, but also, if there's that balancing point, also your sense of self-worth and your values, which is essentially what a square up to Chiron can heal for us. So that can be very nice when we're taking that middle path with the finances, material elements, and simple enjoyments of life. We don't want to go to one extreme or the other. Now also this week on Wednesday, we have the sun sextiling up to Neptune, which is really nice. So this is another opportunity this week. This week is kind of a mix. We've got some challenges and some opportunities, but this is opportunity here on Wednesday from Neptune. So Neptune's been transiting again that 11th house. I just feel like something through the network circles and groups and those areas of life could be supportive for you. And I think on Wednesday, forming that sextile up to the sun, you might find an opportunity to do some of these things. And I would really consider it, especially on Wednesday. It might take that grounded, constructive approach because of the square to your Venus, but I think it could definitely be a good opportunity for you. Increase, have some fun with friends, or your ideals or your visions, or getting involved with anything relating to community or groups. Could be very nice middle part of the week. I think there's an opportunity for that. But the emphasis is very much on that first house. It's just all kind of relating back to first house. Now on Thursday, we've got Mercury changing sign. He's going to be going into your second house here. So I think a lot of you have been thinking for the past few weeks a lot about your goals and ambitions and drives and motivations. And then when Mercury goes into your second, it'll be more about thinking about abundance, thinking about finances, working with the finances, working with the material elements of life, and bringing in nature and bringing in, again, that enjoyment into the mind is essentially the best utilization of this for the next few weeks at least while Mercury's in that second house of yours. So thinking about the material stuff, working with it, I think will certainly be a good flow for you because Mercury in its very nature is in a friendly sign in Taurus. So it likes to think about these things. It comes very naturally. And so if you assume that mercurial energy of wanting to understand and work with those energies, then it'll be in flow. So let's go ahead and look at Saturday and Sunday because we do have probably this would be the most challenging aspect. Not that it has to be difficult, but a challenge nonetheless. That Mercury, once he goes into that second house, will be opposing up to Saturn. Okay, so the best utilization of this is to balance the material elements, and I'm getting a strong sense of this all week for you. Really, not to go to any extremes, really balance the finances, the material elements of life with the deeper elements of life, which has been Saturn transiting your 8th house. So you guys have been very, disciplined, hopefully, with, building structures in your life that are long-lasting and truly meaningful to you on the deeper sense, and being transparent and open with yourself and in your relationships and these types of things. So the key here is balancing either your resources or the resources of others. That's oftentimes the 2nd and the 8th house. Or just not going to any extreme of the extremes of, being completely non-materialistic, which is an extreme of the 8th, or being overly materialistic, which is an extreme of the 2nd. So balancing, finding that middle path. And I think naturally, you guys will be very disciplined. If you harness this energy Saturday and Sunday, it's a really good discipline to be used towards those second house matters. So I'd really suggest bringing in that Saturnian approach to things, that grounded long-term approach to the second house finances, resources, simple enjoyments, and things of that nature. So then on Sunday, like I said, we got that full moon. So this can be a culmination of relationships, really highlighting the end of the week for you here on Sunday, but we'll feel this a few days before. And so again, balancing self with others. That's the big emphasis. And again, could be culmination with the 7th house. Now the sun is going to be squaring up to Jupiter going into Monday, that I want to mention briefly too. So here's also, it's not so much a challenge because it's a benefic planet here, Jupiter. But from your 4th house squaring up to the sun, this is, I think you guys are very optimistic about home, family, past roots, your emotional state. And so finding and integrating that in a balanced way into what you're involved with these goals and ambitions that you have with all this new moon energy, then you'll be working with it. So I think just, again, staying grounded. If you are feeling very optimistic about either of those things, it's great. Use that optimism, but keep things nice and constructive because, on Sunday it's going to be that strong full moon energy of balance. And then with the square up to Jupiter, that's making sure we're not going to any bountiful extremes of our optimism. But it can be very constructive if we utilize it. So all in all, Aries, it looks like a really fantastic week. Some challenges, some easy aspects, a lot of opportunities, actually, a lot of sextiles relating to the 11th house, groups and friends and networks. So I think focusing on that a little bit, how that can assist you in your goals and those types of matters, and then balancing, I think, the financial material side of thing with that long-term disciplined approach, and then spending time with relationships on the weekend, really bringing in that 7th house into what you're doing will certainly keep everything in flow. All right, Aries, have a fantastic week. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Please get in touch if you'd like a personal reading. You can check that link, masteringthezodiac.com, for that. Or if you're new to this type of astrology, Sidereal Astrology, you can find that information on the website as well. And I will talk to you all next time. Take care.